We contacted him probably more than a month ago, and he said that the tenant, he hasn't been able to contact the tenant, and his contract is done on October.
That's it. Let's go.
Hello, Dennis Borowski.
Hello, Dennis Borowski. Danny D'Angelo, the Laundromat guy. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you? We finally connect.
Yes, we do. So on East
Great.
Los Angeles Avenue in Simi Valley, I remember when we spoke a few months ago, you were basically October, this guy's lease was going to be up. And if that's still the case, we want to see if we can't talk terms.
He's not going to stay. He requests a little extra time so that he could, potentially sell his equipment and or, introduce the landlord to a prospective buyer who might have an interest in leasing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you would be interested in engaging with him or
absolutely not.
Or you want to start
would you?
Fresh. Okay.
You want to buy the business?
No.
Come on. I'm not being facetious, but I'm trying to be obvious. I'd love to talk about that, Dennis. Here's the thing. How far back do you want me to go? You don't go to laundromats, right? You don't go to a laundromat.
No, I have
week
in my life, but I
Sunday.
have my own washing machine.
Yeah, same here. And that doesn't make you a better person or a worse person than the people that use them. But the problem, the disconnect is, I don't know your tenant, don't know his first name. I don't want to say I don't care, but karma can be a bitch. Here's the thing. This guy ran this laundromat for years and years, probably bought it. Most likely never. Yeah. I mean, bought it. And I don't know what he paid, but I've seen this. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I've seen it again and again, where whatever he paid, that left him in a bucket where he could no longer retool the store, where he couldn't put new or newer equipment in and upgrade it. It's terrible. It really is. It's sad.
Sure.
Because these places are being sold again and again by brokers, by operators. Now you're probably tuning me out, and that's fine. I don't blame you. So here's the thing. Moving forward, we talked months ago, and you said, well, the guy's lease is going to be up in October. Well, that's 3 days from now. You should give him more time, certainly. But here's the thing. Again, another question. I'm shot out of a cannon today. Do you know why I want this space?
Not particularly.
Okay, fair enough. The old adage in real estate.
I don't know your business.
Yeah, no, it's laundromats. The old adage in laundromats, in real estate is location, location, location. It's not that here. It's the infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. The gas, water, and electric, which this gentleman or lady or whomever owns this place now, they didn't buy it because of the infrastructure. They bought it the way we do a t-shirt at Walmart because we like it. Well, you're not buying the entire factory of t-shirts. You're buying that one thing. In this case, this gentleman bought a bill of goods, and now his lease is up. So I have no intention of purchasing the business from him. I was able to wait these many months because we told you we'd reach back out when the time came. My calendar says it's almost October. And so let me caution you. I want to discuss lease terms with you. I want a reasonable and commensurate rate of rent for a laundromat, not just the space, not for a national chain, which we are not, but for a laundromat. And the difference with me will be from day one, my debt service on brand new equipment. So I will not only have your lease payment, but also a payment to my distributor. And I bring them all in. I let them fight over my business, and I get the best price for the equipment. I won't pay for the infrastructure because it's there. And you own that. This previous tenant does not.
Right.
If you let him sell his equipment or give him months to do so, whatever, it's worthless. He won't sell it. No one wants used top loaders because they are worthless.
Right.
Okay. I'm an analogy guy. You know, if you can show me that you have 37 lawnmowers, so what? What are they worth? How old are they? I don't know. Do they work? But then you say, well, I have a landscaping business and I have 37 employees and 37 kids that run 37 lawnmowers. Now we're talking. There's a business there. In this
Now
case,
we're talking. Yeah, sure. Right.
in this case, the business is non-existent. The equipment is old and aged and not worth anything to me. Now, giving him time to
And the
sell.
lease is expiring.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So giving him time to sell the business, let's talk about that. Let's say you do. And he sells it. Who's your next tenant? Someone dumb enough to end up, and I don't know that person. I'm not trying to be, again, hurt anyone's feelings. Someone ignorant enough, not dumb, right? There's a difference. Someone
Sure.
ignorant enough to buy a failed business that's already failed with no lease time remaining. What is the price? 50, 100, 150,000? Where do they arrive at that price? Brother, I've seen it, Dennis. I've seen it happen. So I'm not the hammer. I'm not the nail. I'm not here to tell you what to do. We're interested in talking lease terms right now. We're interested in putting an LOI in your hands.
I'm certainly interested in talking.
Good.
Yeah, I'm interested in talking new terms, make a new deal with a new tenant like yourself.
Perfect.
And our existing tenant can, do what he wants with his equipment, get it out of there, sell it to whoever's willing to buy it. But
most of the time, we
they'd
end
have
up
to be
throwing it away. That's what happens most of the time.
And that could be the case.
And that's
Probably
fine.
will be.
Because what we would do
yeah.
if he vacates as is, what we would do is have our people fix everything that's in there, keep the lights on, keep the place running until we get the new stuff in. So that said, let's start with the broad strokes, my friend. We do a 15-year minimum. We'll do 20. We'll do a 20-year term. The reason being, obviously, it's a huge spend for us up front. The big question, drum roll please, what's the square footage there and what's your asking rate?
Yeah, the size of the space is 1,487 square feet.
Very small. And we knew that.
Our asking rent in that area of the center for our shops is $30 a square foot per year.
Okay.
The triple nets are approximately $8 a square foot per year.
My first inclination. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, $250 a square foot is the 30, and then 8 is 12 divide 67 cents.
Right. Now, you and I both know that a laundromat can't survive at that. Your current operator can't survive at that when he's topped out. To cut to it, what we need is the best possible rate that you can provide us because it's a laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the laundromat goes away. Perhaps this very conversation is the one that ends up being the tipping point and yet another laundromat goes the way of the dodo. That will hurt my feelings in some way. It's a very, very small, it's a very, very small space, Dennis. It's hard to be profitable in 1,500 square foot. It's possible, but it's difficult.
Okay.
Because just like a car lot,
what is your ideal size?
2,500.
I mean, maybe you
plus.
take a different space.
Well, but I don't build
sorry,
laundromats. I don't build laundromats. Again, we talked about why I'm intrigued. Infrastructure goes back to that. The earth cooled, the dinosaurs came.
Okay.
I want existing laundromats. I know you've got inventory, everybody does, but not me, not my MO to build a laundromat. No, thank you. The environmental impact fees alone.
So you want to take over the utilities and all the points of connection that are in place and put in new machines.
Kaboom.
And
every
boom,
time.
you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the environmental impact
Understood.
fees in California, yeah, not good. Not good. That's there. I can tell you that we need to be closer to
the fact that the water, the water and the electrical are all distributed throughout the space accordingly to accommodate the equipment that's there. So that's really the part that you're interested in.
Correct.
Number one, there's a built-in clientele of some business because it's been there a long time.
Well,
so you hopefully can take advantage of that.
You lost me on the goodwill because laundromats really don't have goodwill. It's very, very rare. I have my fingers on the pulse of a lot of stores. And, of course, we have our trade shows. And goodwill in a laundromat is almost non-existent. It's like, I know Jack is a bobblehead and I know he makes hamburgers, but I don't know the man. It's a corporate entity. And laundromats even more so because no one cares. Kick the machine, break the door off. It doesn't matter. And the goodwill here is, I'm not arguing, I'm just telling you that the goodwill here is non-existent. It's non-existent in most laundromats, and this one even worse because the place is a wreck. I need to be closer at starting. I need to reset this lease. I need to go back to zero because, again, to bring it back like a phoenix, I need to spend all that money on equipment. Our lease rate, don't care if it's LA, Simi Valley, New York, or anywhere in between, $12 a square foot, a little bit less than half of what your ask is. And you can say no, or you can vanilla the space and put an optometrist in here and end up with more inventory. I don't know. I can write you an LOI, but I mean, we can end up at $30, but it's going to be at the end of 15 years. We are going to lose. I don't want to come to you, Dennis, hat in hand in 6 months or 6 years or 6 days and say, gee whiz, we couldn't make it. I had a great plan, but laundries go away.
Yeah, well, 12 is going to be obviously very low. I mean, that's way below market. It's certainly below what we get at this property. So you'd have to be better than that, significantly better. I quoted you 30, which is kind of our going rate, but could we do something at 24, 25? I probably could support that. I don't know how much below that I'd be able to go.
Look, right now I'm just a bullshit artist.
I guess we can look into it.
Right now I'm a bullshit artist on the phone. Okay, let me put together a letter of intent. That way you see that it's real. And I'm going to write it at 20 because even your triple nets are a little high here. And you said something that's telling. You said our rate. Well, that's the rate for a dollar store or a national chain. The rate for a laundromat is always lower. You've seen an operator, a tenant, go through his entire tenancy here and basically not make money. We use contract attendance. We sign rights to trespass. We have a 24-hour center when it's ripe, when it's ready with a P, ripe for takeover, ripe for 24 hours. And when that happens, we'll elevate the entire center. Communities need laundromats. The folks that live here need laundromats. We do coat drives in the winter and barbecues in the summer. He's doing zero advertising. We found this store by walking the strip mall. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know it was there. I've got your email address. I'm Danny. My partner's name is Mr. Valdez. I will put together an LOI. Give me about a day. And if it's a no, call me up and say I'm an idiot. It's fine.
Sure. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say that. No, and I realize that certain uses require certain rents. We look at some of these other service uses and we get higher rents. Dry cleaners can pay more. Starbucks coffee can pay more. It's all based on sales. If someone's doing the business, they can afford the rent. Or if they're not doing the business, they can't afford the rent. So you have to accommodate accordingly.
Dennis,
one way
you should work for me. Look at you. You are singing my praises, my friend.
I've been doing this a long time. I understand. I can relate to everything you're saying. The other thing that we would probably really have to evaluate is the length of the term, especially if we're taking a below market rent. We're not going to want to string out a lease term too long. You mentioned 15 years, 20 years.
No, I can do a 5 with a 5-year option. I can do all that. But we do need the length so that we know that we're not going to be out on the street or we're going to have a double because of the equipment cost. So yeah, we can do.
Sure, I understand. I'd recommend like a 10-year term and a 5-year option.
Perfect.
That type of thing.
Even better.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
All right, let us go to the mattresses.
Okay.
And we'll
you
do the
have my
paperwork.
email.
I do.
Okay, sounds good. And you're calling my office. Let me give you my cell phone number as well.
Please.
Maybe I've left it for you.
Go ahead.
949. I'm spending a lot of time out of the office here, so having the cell helps.
Even better.
Okay.
All right, Dennis. Appreciate the time.
Thank you very much, Danny.
Ciao.
Okay. Yeah, you too. Bye.
Yeah, Danny.
Yo.
So he wants to do like a 10 and a 5, right?
Yeah. People normally start screaming and hollering and jumping up and down at this point, but
well, let's see what happens. I mean, I'm excited,
Smart.
but
Good.
I can't. I'm excited.
What I need, what I
did-
need from you are endless notes when we're on the phone. I didn't see you writing anything here.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Dude, this phone call, I recorded it. It's live on YouTube, but here's the thing. You've got to take notes, man.
Yeah.
You'll forget
I know.
what's being said. He says 30, I say 12. He says 25, I say 20. You are writing a letter of intent for $20. I'll send you the LOI. I'll send you all of the detail. And this is the way that this works, bro.
All right.
I'm glad you're
Sounds
even
good.
keel and not excited, and it's not time for champagne yet. Any questions?
No, I think everything's good. Should we use this one then, and not the other one?
Yeah, I'm going to send you the LOI and all the detail. Talk soon.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, then.
I'm never happy, because if he was jumping up and down and screaming and yelling as though he got a free laundromat, I probably would have said, hey, relax. It hasn't really happened yet. But come on, give me a little something. Guys, look, I'm not only a son of a bitch when I deal with landlords when they step to me, I'm also going to give you a little ration here and there. Keep the notes, take the notes, do the work. All right. The wedding day is fun, but walking down that gravel pathway to ask for your future wife's hand in marriage, that's the scary part. That's what we just did. Signing the lease, that gives people goosebumps. They're scared. I've had clients who get handed an exquisite lease and they walk away. I never hear from them again because they're afraid of actually winning. It's not me. I'm the kind of guy that stands at that precipice. I jump without a parachute. I don't care. Big risk, big reward. How many properties will I be buying in the next 8 months? Everybody, the sky is falling. I'm losing equity. That's when we buy. Do me a favor. There will be 600 or 700 views on this thing. There won't be 600 thumbs ups. Thumbs up. Why not? It's free. It'll give me a smile. And more importantly, subscribe, because I do so many lives. You guys are missing these. This is live. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification. You'll get an email. Be selfish. I've got to send our friend an email, and a letter of intent is going out. The story here, already the rate of rent is low. We're looking to lower it even further. And Dennis was singing my song by the end of that call. It has been a day. God bless you all. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Get off the pot. Grab the course. There's a link right in the description so you can click on it and grab it. Ciao.